sound.
LA Bleakers. LA Bleakers.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
No point.
Yeah, talk.
it's
It's
cool.
it's the case that's like
But people
the whole
need to calm
national.
down, though. It's like, you got to, people looking at America with the wrong eyes, though, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I do my homework.
Okay,
flat out.
speak on it.
You know what I'm
Speak
saying?
on it.
Because still, though, people need to just calm down. At the same time, we do have a system set in place. We do have a judicial set in place. And you got to look at it. Laws vary and everything. Yes, a youngster lost his life.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to think that also this dude, be he a rent-a-cop, he was a rent-a-cop.
Yep.
Call him a rent-a-cop. He was on the beat. He was doing his duty in the service and everything. Florida have laws different than Texas. Texas have laws different than California.
Right.
And New York, stuff
And
of
see,
that
I think
nature.
that's the
You
point.
know.
I think moving forward,
Uh-huh.
the laws need to be changed.
Need to be looked at.
They need to be
critiqued.
looked at. And I'm like riding your lane.
But I'm gonna hit him upside the head, and I'm gonna leave it alone like this too, because yes, both of them were at the wrong spot at the wrong time. They both needed to be held accountable. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then at the same time, you got to look at this youngster, be it his youngster, 17 years old, was met not a serious beat down to this young dude,
Sure.
this other dude, and stuff of
Exactly.
that nature. And what would have said? What type of message would that have sent had the shoe been on the other foot? Somebody can walk up to you, plunder you, beat
Yeah.
you down, and you
Yeah.
can't protect yourself. So this is what type of message you would have sent had the verdict been on the other end. You're no longer able to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell it like this: these people out here in these urban communities need to raise their kids better, flat out. I'm gonna
Sure.
tell you the truth.
I think we all
you
agree
feel what
on
I'm
that.
saying?
We all
you
agree
need to
on
teach your kids how to be respectful. Dude,
Yeah.
if you're gonna send your kids out there, make sure they know how to talk to people, flat out. First of all. You feel what I'm saying? They disrespectful and they don't got no morals, flat out. You feel what I'm saying? But then again, you're supposed to be able to arm yourself. I guarantee you, I'm not going to get in no fisticuff with nobody. If I'm going to get in a fair one with you and you beat me out, you stomp me out, okay, murk me then.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It's either me or you.
See, that's a great point.
That's the way it
That's
go.
a great point. The bottom line, in my humble opinion, me personally, the only thing I have issue with George Zimmerman, and I agree, everybody deserves
yes,
and allowed
you're
to
right.
protect himself.
True that.
If he didn't have a gun, though, in my opinion, he wouldn't have gotten out the car.
Exactly.
Personally, because
Exactly.
if he didn't have a gun,
He shouldn't have pursued him,
like
period.
let's just put everything aside. You see a black kid with a hoodie walking in your street. I don't care what side of the race line you're on. Your perception is, I wonder what the fuck's happening here.
Hoolum.
After saying that, I'll say this. If he doesn't have a gun, he doesn't follow this kid.
Right.
If he does, he's out and he thinks he's Paul Blart, the ball cop.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I say-
So on that in that respect, I by any means, George Zimmerman had every right to protect himself. My whole thing about it is he had a gun. He always had the upper hand.
Yeah.
And so Trayvon could have saw that he had a gun and said, "Oh shit, I'm in the fight of my life."
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, all that's
When the
all of
dispatcher
this-
told him the bottom line, the police on their way, whoop-de-whoop, he should have left it at that. He was too ambitious, trying to do too much to be like, he wanted to
see,
be
though,
a cop and wasn't able to. So
this is the thing
he
everybody-
rah-rah with it.
This is the
Yep.
thing everybody like is really forgetting. Like, cause like this is exactly how it gets taken too far. Cause everybody has their opinion.
Yep.
And everybody's being judged. Just when you can't let God's gonna have to judge this.
Right.
He's gonna have to sort this out, and it's going to get done. Whether it's now
Yeah.
or whether it's
See,
later in the future,
Busy.
it's going to get sorted.
I look at it like this. Let's just look at it on a society level. President's black. Flat out.
Yep.
So it's a lot more at stake than just it being brown and black, because that's what it is in prison.
Yes.
In prison,
Yes.
that whole thing right there is a reason why people are getting $150s. Okay, so that's one thing that the jury don't know. They're not schooled in that. And you tell me what person is acting tough without a weapon and without an attitude or none of that. Right. So that's a society problem. Hell's no. If Trayvon seen the pistol, he wouldn't have got out. And hell's no. If Zimmerman didn't have the pistol, neither would he.
Yes.
That's society right there. I ain't
Exactly.
seen one time where somebody weaker goes up to the stronger guy and says, I'm finna kick your ass.
Exactly.
So that's society. When you walk in the door, you want to have the advantage. So as Flesh says, catch a fair one.
Yeah.
It's not existing.
But to me, that's on some fairness stuff. That to me is, if you're a gun owner, that's a whole nother issue. But if you're a responsible gun owner, I'm opening my jacket coat.
Let you know.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes,
this is
right.
about to go down.
That's what you're supposed to do by law.
Go
anyway.
walk home, man.
By
You
law,
know,
you're
like how
supposed to
Cray
do that.
said, see, this is what people fail to understand, that there's no reflection of this. There is a judgment day.
Right.
You understand? There is going to be a day of personal accounting for everybody that's treating it like a like matter. First of all, okay, we're going to have to deal with this. And then, yes, there are a lot of things at stake right now in this country. Yes, your civil liberties are on the table right now, getting snatched from you. You know, A through Z from each one point on down is getting snatched from you, whether you realize it or not. Yes, more at stake than just what's being bickered about over a verdict. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because the decision of a lot of these verdicts are being weighed in the scale to figure out how these civil liberties are being stripped away. It's not going to be the same America in 10 years if people keep having this apathetic mentality about what's going on. Study the books, study the laws, understand what's going on, understand your rights, know the Constitution of the Bill of Rights and all of this, that, and the other. You need to understand what's going on. However, and at the same time, there's a personal responsibility. Yeah, you know, there's bullies out here. Yes, bullies exist. You got to deal with that. Personal responsibility, accountability.
Yeah.
It exists.
That's
You
so
feel what I'm
powerful.
saying?
That's so powerful
You
what
know,
you just said. That's
so-
a great point. And that's, I think, what the Trayvon Martin unfortunate situation was. That's the silver lining. I think we all could just learn. It sounds, you know, cliche, but we all need to learn from this. And again, the laws, I think, is a little bit stacked against the brown and the black.
is, definitely.
As far as that goes. But
Can I say one more
Yeah.
thing?
We got 5 minutes.
I think that I think that one thing that can happen is what you're saying is the mentality. What is the difference in the courtroom and the 12 jurors as opposed to the rest of the world that don't see something was wrong? Right. Something. He didn't. If he knew he had a gun, he could have ran away. He could have. Something could have saved this guy's life.
He did move
By
away,
the-
though. That's
by
what
the-
he did move
I
away.
understand.
He was being pursued.
No, I understand, my brother. But what I'm saying is the mentality of the jury. Why is it so different than Jesse Jackson's mentality or Jamie Foxx or the president saying, I am outraged? You know what I'm saying? If you're outraged, my brother, then you know what to do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Please be outraged. You know what I'm saying? But it still is. You know what's going on is that the decks is stacked against people that's ignorant. You got to inform yourself. You created to know. You created to read. You don't have the brain on. It's not on the body. The head is not the biggest organ on the body for people to just sit back and not understand what's going on. Get a book. Find out what's going on in your councils. Go to the council meeting. Go to the parent board meetings. Find out what's going on in the community. In order to change anything, you have to know. You have to understand. It's not that you're brown or you're or whatever, green or whatever. No, it's because you ignorant and you refuse to seek knowledge. That's why. Straight
Powerful,
up.
man. It's a great
Don't matter what color
conversation,
you
man.
are.
Great conversation.
I'm gonna end it on this though. I'm sorry. I everybody get works though. I see the
Yeah,
passion
yeah,
and
yeah.
flesh, but I tell you this, in my bottom line opinion, if someone dies, there should be accountability, and I'm talking about jail time.
Right.
Specifically, it could be Plexico Burris shot himself in
In
the
the
fucking
leg and
thigh,
did
and he
time.
got 2 years, 3 years. So with that said, I appreciate y'all speaking on that. I know.
I want to say one more thing though,
like
like one more thing, like if you had put your shoes on the other foot, and you know what I'm saying, the color thing would change, there wouldn't have been a trial. They'd have made him plea out, bottom line, to life imprisonment or to chair. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been a trial.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. Chicago, they got the gun laws. You can't carry guns in Chicago. Worst crime rate in history.
Yep.
New York is slowly on the rise. They eradicate the gun. Look at the crime rate that's climbing out.
Yep.
This last week in Chicago, about almost 100. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Over 100 shot dead. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, be outraged. You know what I'm saying? Read about what about the teenage black kid that shot the little baby in the face because this girl didn't want to get an abortion. Be outraged because of that. It was a half a dozen other instances where these young black kids shot their baby mama, and a couple of other ones with a young black kid, I'm keeping it 100 with you right now, shot the fucking baby, man. Shot the baby. You understand what I'm saying? Be outraged because of that. You sit up here talking about because of Trayvon Martin and all this other. Be outraged because of these teenagers out here ain't got no guidance.
Right.
They ain't getting it.
Right.
And they killing. They the ones because of the crime rate sky high and the reason why they over there in the cabinet trying to take away the gun rights for you to protect yourself in your house.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And there's other instances where these teenagers are so out of control, man. They so out of control. They not reporting that type of stuff on the news. You feel what I'm saying? But these teenagers going around there killing their babies, smoking people in broad daylight, shooting little babies. How come you ain't outraged about that?
Yeah.
LA Leakers.